Hey there, I'm Evan LaRufa from IPaintMyMind, and welcome to Section 3 of the IPaintMyMind Arts Education Curriculum and Resource Guide. To help give some guidelines to start adapting from, we've created 3 sample engagement plans outlining the 3 phases of the program. We do this so that as the teacher, leader, or parent facilitating the learning, you have full control and customization for how this program is integrated into your classroom or your schedule. Everything is built towards creating the see, think, do doorway of activation. This builds towards creating your very own art gallery as part of Phase 3 of the program. The IPaintMyMind Arts Education Curriculum and Resource Guide contains 3 phases. The first one is your featured artist, so the see phase or experience. The second is discovering context, research history and techniques, reflecting, thinking, right? And the third piece is presenting finished works, making art and showing it. Phase 1 involves getting inspired, seeing art, and thinking big. We love helping our teachers, youth leaders, and students learn as much as possible about the artists in our growing collection. They're all living, working, making art today, and by including background information, resources, and other tools to help you dive into the various artists represented, individual students, or even as a class, you can select an artist to focus your studies on. Again, please refer to the list of artists in Section 5 to get started. The second phase is around research, history, and techniques. It focuses on terms and techniques used, the artist's career and backstory, and creating a wider lens for interpreting the artist's work. But before unpacking who the artist is and what they're trying to say, we want to take a deeper look at the art itself. Once you've perused the list of artists in Section 5 and selected an artist to study, you can embark on preparing for Phase 1 by spending time enjoying the work the artist has shared via those links. Note-taking is highly encouraged. Moving on to Phase 2, where we discover context, research, history, and techniques. This is the reflection phase. This is really focused on the student becoming a researcher, a historian, a curator, and an artist all at the same time. While Phase 1 was about drilling down to learn more about the featured artist you've selected, Phase 2 is built around discovery. After unpacking the artist specifically, we zoom out to think about artists working with similar techniques, in the same cities and with similar subject matter or projects. We encourage students to engage in what we like to call rabbit hole curation. What we mean is, let one question lead to another when researching art history, learning more about various techniques, and specific artists themselves. Phase 1 finished with students thinking more about medium, tools, and techniques. Becoming an art historian curator in Section 2 is how students can explore how they might begin to express themselves best. And that's where we get into Phase 3, making art and presenting finished works. The most impactful part of engaging with art is the ways in which it spawns new ideas, inspires action, and produces more creation by the viewer. At IPaintMyMind, we often talk about providing the experience of art and being open to the creative solutions of the future that arise from that seed. By leading your students to create a bunch of artwork, you'll have plenty of options to create your own art gallery, whether they display it at home or at a central location. Illuminating the student's perspective and drawing out their own artistic voice or vantage point, the following basic questions help young artists unpack their own lens on the world. First, what is art to you? Or where have you seen art? Where do you think artists find inspiration? Or what do you love about art? Even, what do you think art should be about? These questions are also a solid basis from which to launch into Phase 3 work. Enjoy unpacking all the associated activities laid out in each of the 3 phases, and be sure to email us at ideas@ipaintmymind.org with any questions.